Hello everyone. Welcome to Travel Talk with the Travel Queen Tuesday. Actually, I was going to do this video anyway. I just thought, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm the Travel Queen. Let's make a cool title. So I really want to dive in today about this question I get all the time. Hey, you guys, I get this question all the time. Is the travel industry saturated? And as always, y'all, I have some notes. So if you see me look down, I'm looking down at my notes. So hey, everybody, y'all must be on y'all's lunch break. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So in fact, if you're live already, go ahead and show some love in the comments and let me know you are live. You can hashtag live. Good afternoon to you too. Hashtag live, and I know most of you guys will catch this on a replay. You can hashtag replay. And what I'm going to do right now, before we get too deep into this, is I am going to open up my Facebook page on my iPad real quick so that I can see some of you guys' comments and engagement. So if you are on, y'all, I want y'all to be interactive with me on this video, okay? So if you like what I'm saying, click the like button, give hearts. You can comment, you can share this video as well. But really why I'm sharing this information is because so many people ask me that question. People that are not familiar with the travel business, people who are traveling, they're like, oh my gosh, do I want to own my own travel business, or do I want to keep doing what I'm doing? So many people love traveling. It's like they ask, is the travel industry saturated? Am I going to make some money doing this, right? So I believe this is a great topic. In fact, if you have ever thought the travel industry was saturated, I want you to drop a number 1 right now in the comments. If you ever thought, oh my gosh, the travel industry is saturated. Everyone is doing this. Everyone is traveling. Everyone owns a travel business. If you ever thought this market was saturated, I want you to drop a number 1 right now, you guys. Drop a number 1 right now. So what I did too, before I even pull this information up, is, I don't know what's going on with my iPad right now. Let me pull out my other device real quick. My Samsung Galaxy. But what I wanted to say is I actually looked up, what is market saturation? People usually ask questions without knowing what that is. Before I even looked it up, I understood that a saturated market is a market where it is hard for you to earn a profit. It is a market that is hard for you to compete in. A saturated market means that the demand of the consumer of the product or the service is down. So that was my understanding of what market saturation was. So I went online, and in the Investopedia.com says, what is market saturation? At the point of saturation, a company can only achieve further growth through new product improvements, by taking existing market share from competitors, or through a rise in overall consumer demand. So just from my understanding, just from that definition alone, y'all, travel will never be a saturated market. In fact, I want all of you right now to comment the word never. Never, okay? The travel industry will never be a saturated market. And I'm going to tell you guys why. First and foremost, travel is the largest, sexiest, most profitable industry in the world. Thank y'all for commenting never, okay? They're the largest, sexiest, most profitable industry in the entire world. So what does that mean? Guys, a saturated market means that you have very few people, or you've like run out of people that's interested. That means people will lose interest, and now you got the same companies competing and fighting over the same people. Don't you guys understand that travel is so amazing that even people that have never traveled will one day travel? right? Like every single day, there's someone getting on a plane for the first time. There's someone getting on a cruise for the first time. There's someone traveling outside of their city for the first time. There's even someone traveling outside of their state for the first time. There's people that are traveling for the first time every single day. And one of the reasons why I chose travel as my business was for that reason. I'm like, man, travel, even for experienced travelers, what do you guys think that experienced travelers are looking for? They're looking for new adventures. They're looking for new destinations. They're trying to figure out how to go to their favorite destinations more often. So it's something that people never get tired of. They don't get sick of it. And, so people are like, well, I have a whole bunch of questions here because I get asked questions all the time from people from YouTube, from Facebook, just people that I meet in general that are like, oh, you're on a travel business? Isn't that saturated? They know like 4 people who own a travel business and they'll say like, everyone I know is doing it. I'm like, no, everyone you know is not running a travel business. But you may know a lot of people who travel. So here's also the other reason why travel will never get boring. It will never be a saturated market. Do you guys realize that hotels are always looking for new places to build more hotels? The cruise lines, they're always looking for their next best cruise ship to launch. Like Carnival is still releasing new cruise ships, you guys. Norwegian, they're still releasing new cruise ships. Royal Caribbean, they're still releasing new cruise ships. Why? Because they want to get more customers. They're selling out too. And so what I love is that even with this industry being as sexy and fun and entertaining as it is, guess what, guys? Even the travel suppliers are keeping things fresh. So, and they're not getting rid of their product. How many of you have visited a property and then you went back like a few years later and it's remodeled? They're like, hey, we're going to upgrade to the times of today. So you would see some old school resorts or hotels or even cruises that then upgrade to a modern, more sexy, more chic look. And the cool thing about owning a travel business, y'all, we don't pay for those upgrades, right? We don't pay for that. They email us and say, hey, we have a new resort that's launching in Europe. We have a new resort that we are opening in Mexico. We have a new resort in Costa Rica. Like, they're telling us in advance where their new products will open and launch so that we can help them fill those properties. So when people ask, is the industry saturated? Another question that usually goes along with that is, how can a travel agent make money with so many people booking their own travel online? All right. How many of you guys already book your own travel? You could say, me, I do. Yes, all the time. Never use a travel agent. How many of you actually already book your own travel online? If you book your own travel online, I'm sure you guys are probably like me. I say this all the time in my presentations and webinars. I never used a travel agent before I became one. Okay, I never did. There were reasons why. I loved booking my own travel, right? Like, I enjoy looking at the rooms, looking at the pools, looking at the resorts, looking at the cruises. I will go and look at their videos, go through their gallery. So, I see a lot of you are like, yes, I love it. And people would see my travel pictures, or I would say agents, and they would say, hey, the next time you want to book a trip, book it through me. And I'm like, I'm good. I actually like booking my own travel. I mean, I just like doing it. And by the time I tell them everything I want, it's like, sometimes you don't know what you want. Any of you like that? You're like, I don't really know what I want, but then when I see it, I'll know it. So it's kind of hard to tell an agent that, right? And so if you are that person who's already booking your own travel anyway, and you are not a travel agent or agency owner, you are throwing your money away. But anyways, for those of you who are like, well, is this a legitimate business? I mean, if a lot of people book their own travel, who would be my customers? Guys, even though, or I would say even before I owned a travel business, people would see my pictures of me traveling with my friends or my family, having a good time. They would ask me, hey, how did you get there? What hotel are you staying in? What airline did you fly? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? And then I'm giving them this information for free. So I'm like, oh, you know where I stayed? We stayed in Palm Springs. We stayed at the Wyndham Resort. It was super cool. We were close to shops and shopping. We went to the casino. We went to the nightclub. We had a good time. You know, I plan to go back, and I flew through Arizona. The flight was cheaper that way. Like, y'all, I gave them all this information for free. Type the word free, okay? Like, I didn't get paid any money, but I didn't mind telling people for free how I got there, what I did, what I loved, and all that, right? And so one of the things that I want you guys to know is that if that's you, you're already working for free. Like, you take your selfie on your plane, then you get off, and then you go to your resort, and then you give a tour of your room. Like, hey, y'all, this is my view for the next 5 days. Here's my room. Like, you're giving people this tour, and you're saying, check out what I'm doing, right? And people are like, oh my gosh, I wish I was there too. Where are you staying? How much did you pay? Inbox me the details. And you're not even an agent, right? Not only that, but you're going to take pictures of your food, your desserts, your cocktails. You're going to chill by the pool, and you're doing this for free. I did it for free, and I loved it. I even booked people's trips for free. But guys, understand this. Every single time you do that, these websites get paid. So I remember someone was like, hey, LaVonda, you know, I love the fact that you own your own travel business, but I won't book with you because I book all my travel through Expedia. I book all my travel on Booking.com, on Cheap Caribbean, and, you know, so I'm good, you know, but high five to you, girl, kudos. I'm like, you're crazy, okay? You're crazy. Why? Because every single time y'all book on these websites, they get paid a commission that could be in your pocket, okay? So if you're thinking that the travel industry is saturated, first and foremost, there's companies that own multiple companies. Like, did y'all know that Priceline.com owns Booking.com, right? Expedia owns Travelocity. They own Kayak, okay? So these companies are being owned by the same people. They're just dressing it up, looking prettier for you so they can earn more of your commission, all right? So even when they're saying, hey, there's a 30% discount to go to Hawaii, there's a summer sale, and we're going to give you 50% off, and we're giving you resort fees, and y'all, they're still getting paid the commission. And that commission could absolutely be yours, okay? And so what I want you guys to understand is that people will book travel through you, okay? Because people that travel for the first time are scared they're going to mess it up. They're like, oh, wait. This lady has been talking about travel. I'm ready to travel. I've never used the passport. I've never flown on a plane. Can someone please help me? So most first-time travelers would prefer to book through an agent, okay? Now maybe their next few trips after that, they're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I know someone that has used an agent, a travel agent, for over 20 years, you guys. And so you do a great job, and we're going to coach and train you and all that. But when you do a good job, they're coming back. It's like, okay, I got there safely. I stayed in a nice place. Everything went smooth. I got back home safely. I'm ready to book my next trip. So first-time travelers definitely love going through a travel agent. Also, people who plan group trips love booking through an agent. They love booking through an agent. So people who are planning a family reunion, they're planning a group cruise, a destination wedding, sports teams, church retreats, like corporate conferences and conventions, they love going through an agent. First and foremost, they just don't have time. They're like, listen, you do it. Secondly, they don't want to deal with the ups and downs of people, right? First you have the money, then you don't. Now you're ready to go, now you can't. You know, like all that stuff, agents deal with that. Like, hey, no problem, I'll take care of it. And every time the agent booked the trip, they are actually going to earn the commission, right? So I know I see some of you guys that are already in the business and in the industry. Don't you just love booking travel, knowing that you can help people and earn a commission at the same time? Like, it feels so good to know that you can help people dreams come true. Also, guys, a lot of baby boomers are scared of the internet. Like, some of them think it's haunted. Some think it's going to bite you. Sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to break it. So baby boomers, they will book travel with you a lot, all right? I have some baby boomers on my team too. They are the exception to the rule. But if you're looking, like, trying to figure out who will book travel with me, go book travel for your grandma, okay? And all her little friends, her bingo friends. Go and book travel for these senior citizens, these baby boomers. Why? Because a lot of them are scared of the internet. I won't say all, but a lot of them are scared of the internet. And so they will call, or they would rather go through someone who has the experience to book the travel. And that's the other question people say or ask. And I'm doing a whole separate video on that one day. But do I have to have experience before owning a successful travel business? No. And in fact, if you've ever booked your own hotel, your own resort, your own rental car, your own cruise, your own ticket to anywhere, train ticket, event ticket, whatever, if you've ever done any of those things, you're already trained. Okay, so what we do is we give you access to websites that are exclusively for travel agents, and now you get a chance to book the travel for yourself, even for your clients, okay? The same way you've already been doing. So it's very consistent. You will enter the dates of travel for your clients. You will enter the destination that they tell you they want to go, right? You will go and you will search and see what fits in the budget that they provided you. You will select it. They give you their credit card, so you're never paying money out of your pocket, okay? So they're going to give you their credit card after they tell you, yes, that's it. I approve your quote. You go and put the credit card information in, and done. They get the booking confirmation, so do you, but you will also receive a commission that is paid from the supplier to you. So have y'all ever looked up trips online and you're trying to find something that's way cheaper than what you've already found? But what you're finding is that these prices are all very close into the same ballpark. You're like, oh my gosh, is this $100 cheaper somewhere else? I'm sure I can find this $300 cheaper elsewhere. And then you go through an agent thinking that agent is about to give you a $500 discount, but you're noticing that these prices are all within the same ballpark. Y'all ever done that before? I know I did. I'm like, this gotta be cheaper somewhere else. Let me go to this site. Let me go to that site before I was an agent. Even as an agent, I will see that too. Okay, well, as an agent, we do have some other things that we can do outside of just relying on the website. But for the most part, the prices are all in the same ballpark, right? Why is that? Because the suppliers are paying the same commission. So when you guys are booking on these websites are getting paid. Disney is paying them, Marriott is paying them, Ryu Resorts is paying them, Am Resorts, Sandals, all. They are paying the website as the agent for your business. So one of the reasons why I didn't book with agents in the past, I already told you, because I loved booking my own travel. But second, I thought they were going to charge me to do what I could do myself. So newsflash, you guys, most of these websites and agents, and I say most because it's some that will charge extra money to go the extra mile for you, but for the most part, you guys, they are not charging you extra to book. There have been times where I was going to book on Expedia, then book through the directly through Marriott, let's say, and then I find that Expedia was cheaper than Marriott. Why? Because if I'm booking through Marriott, Marriott is still charging a commission, except they're keeping the commission and paying their employees. So they save money by paying Expedia a commission because they're not paying that hourly rate for someone to do it. They're just paying the commission, like, thanks for advertising our property. They book through your website. We're going to pay you the commission, and it saves us that $10 an hour for, someone to book it on our clock. Y'all understand that? Does that make sense to any of you? So here's the deal. As an agent, you are the Expedia. You are the Travelocity. So the agent, or the suppliers, the suppliers, and every time you hear me say supplier, I'm talking about the hotels, the rental cars, the airlines, the cruises. Like, I'm talking about where they're traveling and how they're using it, right? So every time you, the agent, book, they're saying, thank you for saving us that hourly rate to pay someone else. We're paying you that commission, though. We're paying you because you're helping us. So then people are like, well, how are you working with the suppliers? Guys, we get free training. And someone also asked, well, why is the training free? Well, because they know the more we learn about them, the more we'll sell it. So let's say you became a Disney specialist for free. Disney is going to train you how to put those payment plans together, how to customize the meal plans, how to book those park passes, which resort will better suit your client, which Disney destination would fit your client, right? They're training you for free. Because when someone comes to you and they say, hey, I want to take my kids on a Carnival cruise, well, because you're a Disney specialist, you're like, hey, why Carnival? Well, because Carnival is cheaper than all the others. Yeah, but don't you want the best experience for your children? What if I could show you how I could book you a Disney cruise for your kids and you can put it on a payment plan? That way you don't feel like you spent so much money doing it, but they get the ultimate kid experience on a Disney cruise. And they'll say, oh my gosh, really? You'll say, yeah, $100 deposit. Can you do that? What if you pay $200 a month? That's $50 a week. And by the end of, let's say, 18 months, your trip is paid off and you can take your children on a Disney cruise. So guess what Disney is going to do, though? Pay you that commission. But Disney trained you for free. So when people say, well, why are these suppliers training you for free? Because the more you know, the more you learn, the more you share, and whenever you book those trips, they're making the money too. So wouldn't it make sense to train you for free? And so now, again, this is so awesome because this just made so much sense to me. It just made so much sense to me. Let me see what my next questions are. Why should someone own their own travel business versus continuing to book travel themselves? Because you're doing the work and paying somebody else. So what do I mean by that? You do the work. You go on these websites. Priceline don't put in the dates they think you should travel. You put in your own dates. You put in your own destination. You don't go on cheapcaribbean.com and they say, hey, based on you visiting our website at this time, we think you should go to Bermuda. No, you put in your destination. You put in the number of travelers, and then you go do the search. They say, based on these dates and this destination, here are your options. Then from there, you pick your hotel, your resort. You pick it based on whatever you're picking it on, right? If you want it all-inclusive, adults only, you want it family-friendly, you want a water park on the resort, whatever. You pick that on these websites. And then they say, and then you'll pick your flight itinerary, right? You're like, I want to fly Southwest. I want to go in the morning. I want to come back at night. You pick that. All they do is give you the options. That makes sense, right? So then, based on the options that you like, you say, yep, book it. They tell you, all right, based on all of this, here's your price. Then you go, you grab your credit card, you enter it in, and done. You're booked. You get an email booking confirmation for the work that you did proudly, right? Then you go on Facebook and you like, hey, I just booked my trip to Bermuda, and you get, 200, 300 likes, comments, people like, I want to go, blah, 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 whatever. You did all that, and guess what? Cheap Caribbean got that commission. So why does it make sense to own your own travel business so you can get paid for what you're doing anyway. And so I have people on my team that have been doing this for years, and then they saw one of my videos and they're like, wait a minute, you telling me that what I have been doing all these years, I could be doing and getting paid? But let me just one-up you on that. Not only that, you can save these people money. People give me like screenshots all the time. Hey, this is what I found on booking.com. Can you get it cheaper? Yeah. And guess what, guys? You can save your clients money and you are still earning the commission. So these websites, a lot of times, they're charging more money. Why? Because they have commercials on TV. So they got to make up for that money for their advertising. I'm doing this video right now for free on Facebook Live, and I'm pretty sure I'm putting it on YouTube as well for free. So we don't have to fluctuate our prices or inflate our prices, I should say. And so I want you guys to know that if you're doing the work anyway, get paid. In addition to that, we are going to show you how to get your insider access. So we learn hands-on a lot. So a lot of our training is online. So for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I'm too busy for this. No, you're not. Because if you're already booking travel, you're already investing time in it. You're not too busy, okay? And so what we do is we show you and train you online at your pace, on your lunch break, at night if you're a night owl, in the morning if you're an early bird, on the weekends if that's your only free time. Whatever you choose it, go at your own pace. But learn what you need to learn, you guys, so that you can stop giving money away to the rich people. Priceline, Expedia, Travelocity, Kayak, Orbitz, Cheap Caribbean, like all these, they are filthy rich. While some people are living paycheck to paycheck, still helping them become even more wealthy. But here is what you should understand. If you love it, make it your business and you make the money, okay? And so travel is something people love. It's not hard to figure out. But as an insider, you guys, there is insider access because the suppliers want you to come out. They want you to experience it firsthand. They want your pictures on social media more than a consumer, because if you're promoting it, giving the expert advice, people will book based on your recommendation. And guess what? You get paid because they're getting paid, and they're going to keep inviting you out. So when people are like, how in the world you travel 20 times a year? Sometimes these are exclusive invitations from the suppliers because they see me doing videos like this, educating more people to own their own travel business, which means you guys would have an experience, right? And you guys will be able to share and recommend. Like sometimes your friends that know that you're not even a travel agent will say, girl, we need to take a girls trip. Where you think we should go? They're already asking you because you travel. And so then you say, you know what? I think we should go to Hawaii this summer. Okay, let's do it. And you did that for free. So imagine now you make that Hawaii recommendation. Now you can go through the Hawaii suppliers. You can introduce yourself and they'll say, hey, you bring your girls group to us. We got something special for you as the agent in addition to your commission. So I won't go too much into detail on that because a lot of that is information we can only share with you once you own your own travel business. And I can help you with that. So that's the other and the last question. Why does sharing this travel business with others make sense? So someone sent me a quote today. They have an $11,000 budget. Hi. So yes, of course, I will book that trip, but I always share the business first. Why? Because I wish that someone would have told me 15 years ago that there was a way that I could have been booking all that travel as being my own agent, that I didn't have to book on these websites, that these websites were earning commission. I wish someone had told me that. But they didn't. So I accidentally found this information on my own in a Facebook group. Fast forward 5 years later, I work this business full-time, you guys. I am a full-time mommy. My kids are having movie time right now, so that's why they haven't come in here yet. But I'm also a 6 six-figure income earner being my own boss. Why? Because I love helping people. And so when people ask me for a trip or travel quote, I give them the option to own their own travel business. So they're not mad at me later like, dang, Travel Queen just wanted to make money off of me. All she ever did was tell me how to book travel through her. And then they find out from someone else they could have saved money or made money booking that themselves. Now they're mad at me. So I tell people, share the business anyway. And some people that's familiar with network marketing, direct sales, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do that, because they sold some things they had to sell. Like they had to share before and after pictures. They had to send out samples. They had to give these testimonies. They had to tell research from scientists. They had to sell these products. So they are like, I just want to sell travel. I don't want to tell people about this business. Also, some people are under the impression this is like a job. So they're like, hey, if I do this, now I'm going to have to manage people. Now I'm going to have to make sure. Nope, none of that. So here's why someone like me who had never sold anything in network marketing or direct sales was able to become a six-figure income earner is because I don't sell. Can someone comment that below for me, please? You don't have to sell travel, okay? Say that. You don't have to sell travel. Travel is, I believe, one of the top industries, if not the top industry, that you truly don't have to sell. And y'all ever heard that, like, whatever, it sells itself? Like, people would say, hey, you don't have to sell this. It sells itself. You've heard those things and you like, yeah, why I'm selling it, With travel, it really does sells itself, because the way that I, an introvert, who didn't have a huge network, who didn't have experience in this industry, who literally is growing close to 2,000 agents on my team worldwide, you guys, it's because I never sell this business. I share the information. I educate people. It is really hard for a person who is traveling, who has booked their own travel, who knows how much money they pay to travel, to learn or find out information like this and ignore it. It's hard. It's like, wait a minute, that lady said that I could be earning this commission myself. Like, I just did the work and Priceline did nothing but have a website and they got paid. Like, it is so hard, you guys. I've had people that told me no, thank you. And then a year later, when they're ready to go on their trip, they're contacting me like, you still doing that travel thing? And I'm like, I still have my travel business. Yes. Can you still help me on my own travel business? Because I'm about to go to, one of my friends, she was going to Carnival in Trinidad. She was like, and I remember you saying that if I book this, because I'm taking a whole bunch of people with me, I could get paid. Yes. So it was hard for her. Even a year later, she's like, but LaVonda said, so this business sells itself. Y'all think about the people you've been seeing all summer, taking their kids to Disney, going on cruises, taking these family vacations, even road trips. People discount road trips, but going to the water park, spending a weekend getaway somewhere. Think about all those people that you didn't even sell the travel to and they went without you. So travel is like one of those things, but sharing the business has been life-changing. I have literally watched my friend that I've known since I was 11 years old as a single mom, because I sold this business to her even when she was trying to book travel with me. She was like, last year, my family and I are going to Europe. Can you book this for me? Yes, I can book it, and I would love to. But I can also tell you that you could book it yourself and you can actually earn the commission and save money booking this trip yourself. She's like, what? I've never owned a business before. So what? You get ready to travel and y'all travel anyway, right? So she got the information. She signed up, you guys. She's actually really close to hitting a promotion in our business, and she didn't even sign up to recruit. She's like, I don't do that. I just want to book travel for people. I'm like, cool. Because with our company, we don't pressure you to do that, right? And so she didn't for several months. But can I tell you guys that because this summer, and she's a teacher, so she doesn't make a whole lot of money, right? But this summer, as a single mom, as an educator who was on summer break, she went to Costa Rica with her 6-year-old who then had a birthday, right? They went on a cruise where they went to Cozumel, they went to Costa Playa. I can't name all the destinations, but it was a 5-day cruise, right? Then after the cruise, she decided that they were going to Orlando, Florida, you guys. And so she stayed in Universal Studios with her then 7-year-old, right? And so she and Bailey had an amazing time. She posted these pictures all over, and then after that, guess what? A couple weeks later, they were in Jamaica for 7 days, okay? So her timeline was blowing up. Like, girl, what are you doing? How and why? I've never seen you traveling like this before. And she was literally in tears when we talked, and she was like, LaVonda, as a single mom, I never thought this would be possible. And all I'm thinking is, what if all I did was just book her travel, right? Like, all of this travel in one summer, and within 2 months, she was able to change her daughter's life. Like, I just can't wait to see her daughter's journal. You know, in school, and they say, what did you do this summer? Her baby's going to need about 2 pages to write what she did for the summer. So, you know, it's life-changing. I've watched people get on a plane for a first time. People go on cruises for the first time. And not because I said I would book their travel, but because I said I can show you how to make this your business. Because as a travel agent, I'll book your travel and you'll travel, you'll have fun, you have a great time, and you may book again with me. But when I show you how to own your own travel business, now you're putting more money into your household. So when people like turn their nose up like, but you're in network marketing, it don't feel like it because I don't sell it. All I do is share and educate people, and you guys can do the same thing. So I believe I shared some valuable information in this video for you guys, that you understand that travel is just not a saturated industry. The real problem is you guys are giving your money away to the wrong people, okay? You're on the wrong side of the money. I tell people that all the time. You're traveling anyway? That's awesome. You're just on the wrong side of the money. You're on the I'll do the work and give it to this website versus I'll do the work and I'll make the money side, okay? So if you guys, if this video has helped you, please let me know in the comments if it was helpful. Also, I plan to really, truly, as I get settled into our new place, is go live more often with more valuable information, more valuable content. So let me know which topics are interesting for you. What questions do you want me to answer? What information would you like to learn more of? I will plan to have this info for you. And if you are on the fence about owning your own travel business, I invite you to inbox me on the link that I shared. You can text the word Travel Queen to 281-767-9711. If someone is sharing this video that's already in the business, I am going to tell you to get back to that person so they can help you get your place and your position so that you can change your life. Y'all, I have been unemployed, okay? I have been unemployed since 2016. My job let me go. I am still unemployed by someone else because I decided that I'm too good for a job. Judge me if you want. I'm too good for a job, okay? In fact, a couple weeks ago, I had a nightmare that I was sitting in a job interview. I woke up in sweats. I was like, oh, devil, you are a liar. I am not going back to work for anyone else. And I actually came in my office and started working my own business, okay? But guys, unemployable. I tell people all the time, if you're a great employee, you deserve to work for yourself. If you are good at helping build someone else's business and company, you can do it for yourself. I am grateful for my career that I had in corporate America because it taught me discipline. It taught me how not to be afraid of big numbers. It taught me how to work hard even when I was tired, even when I didn't feel like it. So it made it easier for me to work for me the way that I worked for someone else. So if that's you, you have that entrepreneur spirit, and you're working a job, keep your job and build your business. I didn't quit my job. Okay, I had a dream and a goal that I was going to earn 6 figures on my job, and in this business, my job let me go, so I didn't go and get another one. You can create your own platform, guys. You can create your own success. You can be in charge of your destiny. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I love y'all, and now I gotta go check on my kids because they have been really quiet for a really long time. Have a good day, everyone.